Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to install a lace frontal closure. And I'm trying to turn this music down so you can hear me a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install a lace frontal closure. So I have my lace frontal closure. And I plucked it already. And I have put an elastic band on there. I like to put an elastic band on my closures just to help me keep it secured down. And I also sew it because I'm doing her sew in. And I put a little foundation on the inside of the lace. So if it looks tinted a little brown, that's why. And so I'm going to show you how to install a lace frontal closure. And this is my beautiful little model. So you have your elastic band, so you just put it on like a headband and you have them hold it up there for me. Okay. And so you put the elastic band on there like a headband. Okay. And so it's just gonna stay on there like that. And so this is what you're gonna do. So she want her side part coming towards this way. So I put a part in there and I pluck my part a little bit. You always want to make sure you pluck your part. Alright, I feel like it was just the glare. Okay, anyhow. So you always want to make sure you part your closure and you want to pluck it. Always pluck it or else it will look unnatural. So this is what I do. I'm gonna put it to the side because she want her closure towards the side. She want her swoop going this way or part going that way. And so this is what I'm gonna do. You always want to start off with a clean forehead when you're doing a closure. So you get you some rubbing alcohol and you put it on the paper towel or a towel, whatever you use, and you wipe their forehead. And I've already done all this, but I'm just doing this because we're filming it right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna wipe her forehead with the alcohol. It's just gonna get all the oils off, and it's gonna make sure that the lace frontal is secured and that it lays once you put whatever type of, if you use Gotta Be Glued, if you use Boho, whatever type of glue you use, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great as long as you put the alcohol on it to dry out all the oils. So we're gonna let all the oils dry out, and tonight I'm gonna use the Gotta Be Glued because I personally like the Gotta Be Glued better. I feel like it just sticks better. Some people use this one right here, which is the Ghost Bond. But I have not mastered the Ghost Bond yet, so I'm not even gonna play like I have. I have mastered Gotta Be Glued, so that's what we're gonna do tonight. Alright, so this is what you want to do. You want to find a part. Okay, so hold your head down for me. So she has braids, so you're gonna find a part. So I'm gonna use this part right here. And so I'm gonna match up the part that I have made in the closure with that part right there. So that it looks, so when she parts it or when it's parted right there, it'll have a more defined look versus it being on top of a braid. So we're gonna put it right down here. Can you hold your head down? So I'm so sorry that the lighting is like bad here, but you get the gist. Anyhow, so you're just gonna put it down right there, and you're gonna fold it back a little bit because we're gonna spray the Gotta Be Glued on her skin right here. And so this what I normally do, 2 layers gotta be glued. People when they use the Ghost Bond, they use like 2 or 3 layers of the Ghost Bond. It just depends on what you like. But I like the Gotta Be Glued. I don't like the Ghost Bond because it always leave a white residue. Maybe I'm just not doing something right. I don't know. But what works for me works for me. So I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna have her sit back. You're gonna shake your can up really good with the Gotta Be Glued spray, and it costs like $7. You can get it from Walgreens, Walmart, any beauty supply store. You can get it from Sally's. So I'm just gonna spray it across. Okay, so for beginners, I just know because I personally know how long the 4x4 is. But for beginners, you can like use some type of I guess eyeliner or something, and hold your head down for me and see where her points are. You can just make a little black mark right here and a black mark right here. And so once you fold it back, you'll know what areas to spray. And so you can do that, but I'm gonna just spray because I know about how wide a 4x4 is. So I'm gonna do 2 layers of this Gotta Be Glue. Hold your head back, and you'll have them hold their head back, and you spray it on the forehead, not on the hair. And you just spray it on there, and make sure that you have them. I'm gonna comb her edges back because I don't want her edges to be in the way, but you make sure that you do it on the edge, like on their skin. You don't want their hair to come out. So my Gotta Be Glued is acting weird today. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not spraying out right. So just bear with me here, people. So the first layer, we're gonna go ahead and blow dry it. And I got it on warm, by the way. Don't put it on hot, because hot is gonna get it. It's gonna get it too tacky too fast. So do it on warm or either cold. So have them hold their head back a little bit. And just a couple of minutes. It doesn't take that long for this glue to dry. Or hold or spritz. It's really not even glue. It's called Gotta Be Glue, but it's not glue. It's more so the spritz type thing. So you just let it blow dry for a couple of minutes. And then you stop it, and then you touch it. And so I'm touching it, and I'm gonna let you see my hand. It's really like shiny. You don't want it like that. You want it to be tacky. So I'm gonna blow dry it a little bit more so to get a little bit drier. And like I said, it doesn't take this that long to dry, so. And so I just tap it, and once it feels dry, which it does, it's not, my hand is not really slick like it was earlier. I go ahead and put my second layer, Gotta Be Glued. I shake it up, and like my can is almost empty, so it's just like squirting out whatever way it want to squirt out. So it's not like the average. It's not like how yours will be. So like mine is just barely squirting out anything. So, and if it gets all the way down to their forehead, you just really want to wipe all the excess off. If not, it'll be real shiny once you finish blow drying it, but you can always take it off with like a Q-tip that has alcohol on it. So I apply my second layer, Gotta Be Glued, and I'm gonna blow dry it, which this will be my last layer, and then I'm gonna melt it. And remember to put it on warm. And I'm just having my hand right here so like the heat won't go into her face and all. It's not like a particular reason. Like it's not gonna mess up whatever whether your hand have your hand here or not, it's gonna mess up what you have going on. I just don't want the heat going towards her face, so that's why I'm doing that. And you just want to tap it, and like I said, once you tap it, and it's if it's still like liquidy, you want to blow dry it some more. Alright, and so I'm just gonna tap it again. It's still a little wet, so I'm just gonna blow dry a little bit more. Okay. And so I'm gonna have her to hold the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing right now, because I feel like we're so far away from it. Okay, so hold it right here for me. Okay, so as you can see, it looks a little tacky. And let me put one more layer on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a third layer on there, just because my Gotta Be Glued is like almost out. Normally, I normally do 2 layers, but since mine is like out, I'm like spraying the can and like nothing is coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 layers on hers. So it'll be the equivalent of 2 normal layers. Okay. And so as you can see, when I touch her head, it'll be a little tacky. You'll see how it like comes up just a little bit. Here, let's get a little closer. How like comes up a little bit. See how it's a little tacky like that? That's how you want it to be when you lay your lace frontal down. And keep it right there for me. And so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna line your part up in your braids with the line of your closure that you have parted. Here, hold it up a little bit more for me. Okay. And so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna bring your closure all the way up, about right there, and then you're just gonna, you have to do this pretty quick because the glue is like almost dry. So you're gonna have to just comb the hair back, and like you'll have to pull the lace down while you're combing the hair back, and that's what makes it lace. And you just try to get it as close to like that natural hairline. Like you don't want to have it too far down or too far back. Like her natural hairline is back here, so I need to pull it back a little bit so that this match with this, if you can see what I'm saying. And so you just comb it, and then I press down on the back part of my comb so that it'll stay a little bit more. And so you're just gonna hold the end of the lace, and you're gonna pull it down, and you're gonna comb it. So it's like the friction of you pulling down and the comb going the opposite direction. That's gonna like melt that lace some. And so I'm just gonna spray a little bit more. They Gotta Be Glued. And so hold your hair back some, and then we're gonna have it. And so you just spray a little bit on there. And like I said, my Gotta Be Glued is going crazy because like we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel, honey. So you just comb it back, pull one end of the lace, and then comb it back. And that's how you melt it. And I'm gonna put my blow dryer on there, and then you'll really see what I'm talking about. So you just, and make sure you have your blow dryer on warm. You don't want it on hot, you want it on warm. So I have my blow dryer on high, and I have it on warm, and I'm just gonna melt her lace in. And you just go back and forth, back and forth. And I like to just cover my client's face just so all the extra warm heat doesn't go into their face or dry their eyes. So I just put my hand over here just to cover it. And then you stop for a minute. Or usually I do. I stop for a minute and I just try to melt that lace in some more. And I don't know if y'all can see it or not, because like I have one of my lights out because the glare is like so bad. I feel like you can't even see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna do one more strand that gotta be glued. You see how it's like spraying out in some areas and some areas it's not? And you want to have your client lay their hair back. And you just comb it back like that. And you blow dry it while it's straight back like that. And that'll give you the illusion of a natural hairline. And like I said, it doesn't take that much. It's just practice, and you'll get it. Of course, I'm like doing a lot of extra stuff right now due to the fact I'm running out of gotta be glue. So like, I'll spray it and nothing squirts out, and then I'll spray it and then like everything squirts out. So like, that's why it's looking like that right now. But yeah, and so that's what it's gonna look like once you melt your lace. And then I have these little rapids, the little rapid juniors, because they're smaller. They have two different sizes of these little black wraps, and these are the smaller ones, so I'm assuming that's why they call them the juniors. Anyhow, so the first thing I do when I do a lace frontal sew-in or a closure sew-in, I always do the frontal or the closure first, and then I'll melt it down like I have this done, and then I'll tie my wrap around it like that. Just to make sure it stays flat. And then I'll go ahead and sew my hair in. And once I'm finished sewing all of my hair in, or a quick weave, I'll glue my hair in. And when I'm finished gluing my hair in, then I'll rip this off, and I'll cut the lace with a an eyebrow archer with one of these. Some people use scissors and they just use a zigzag motion, but I just like to use this because you don't even have to try to use a zigzag motion, because it's just naturally zigzag. You just cut it off however you cut it. So I just use the eyebrow archer when I cut my lace off, but I mean, it's just up to you, whatever you prefer. But I'm gonna come back with my finished results. But this is how I do. This is how I melt my lace. And I guess I can do my next video of how I install the whole sew-in. But next I will go ahead and sew down this closure, and I'll start in the middle. You always want to start in the middle. And let me turn your chest on. You always want to start in the middle. Let me flip my camera so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So we have our closure here. Hold your head back some. And so you want to start in the middle of your closure, and I'll fold it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here is my middle. So I'm going to start right here, and I'll sew it in like from here all the way down. And then I'll get another needle and sew from here all the way down. And I'll make sure my closure is in and secure. And then once I do that, I'll start sewing in the back part. And my braid pattern, I just use a regular straight to back jailbird braids, baby. But yeah, I just use a regular straight to back. I don't do the whole beehive and all the extra complex stuff. But yeah, I'll come back with a picture of my finished results. Hope you like.